Welcome to Make It Take It. I'm DC. I'm going to tell you about some college basketball games that I'm betting today and hopefully get some feedback from you guys in the comments. This is like my betting journal. Yesterday's video, 3-1. I had Ohio, Incarnate Word, and that Mountain West under, the Boise State game that I took. The loss was Bowling Green. Miami, Ohio got me again, but it was a 3-1 day, so I can't complain. I appreciate the comments, guys. Bomb. Nice call. He had a play that he put yesterday. ACC specialist right there. Chavoy, I appreciate your insight always. Remember, the odds makers want to fool us any way that they can. And I went through that yesterday with the Incarnate Word game. That line all of a sudden dropped 3 points. Scared me enough to cancel my bet and rebet it at the 5.5. I mentioned that in the comments yesterday. Didn't matter though. They still won by 9, so the original line would have held up. Didn't cost me because I still won and I regulated, but that's just how the odds makers try to fool you on a daily basis. And I have 2 games I'm going to tell you about today, which are tricky lines that could be those foolish kind of lines. First in the AAC, Texas San Antonio at Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic is a 14.5-point favorite, 8-5 this year. We know they've crushed similar teams when they've played teams like Utah. They've crushed Albany, they've crushed Pacific, and there is very similar situations. Florida Atlantic, they get rolling when it comes into conference play this time of year, just like I mentioned about Ohio yesterday. I'm laying the points. I actually bought the 0.5 point and went Florida Atlantic minus 14. I went that on Borgata. That's where I found the best line for that. Then we go Loyola, Maryland at American. American is an 8-point favorite. They're 7-6 this year. Loyola, Maryland is 4-9, and they don't have a good offense and they don't have a good defense. American is a tested, good team. Their last 2 losses were to Virginia and VCU, so they're happy to get playing a team of their caliber that they can beat again. I'm laying the 8 points with American. And then ACC, Virginia at Virginia Tech. The first thing that stuck out to me at this game was the total. If you look at the last 10 times these teams have played each other, and it goes back further than that because I can remember, we've had totals from 114 to 128. They've been set as low as 114, and they were going under some of those, and they haven't been any higher than 128. All of a sudden this year, 153. And I've talked about how both of these teams have switched styles. It's happened with a lot of teams this year. It's happened with Virginia Tech and Virginia. Virginia is usually a slow pace, low scoring, defensive teams, always being totaled in the 115, 125, 130 area. 153 is super high, and I think it's with reason because they've switched around their styles over 153 in Virginia Tech. The 2 games I told you about that were strange to me. St. Bonaventure at VCU. Bonaventure's 11-2 this year, and yes, they're playing at a very good VCU, but this line is double digits. That's the first thing that struck out to me. So what do you guys think about double-digit line on an 11-2 team? Is VCU that good? Also, Southern Alabama at UL Lafayette. This line is only 3. Southern Alabama is a 10-4 team going into a Lafayette team who's 2-11. That line looks way too close to me. It feels like odds makers are trying to fool us with only 3 points. I was considering Lafayette plus the 3, but I'll drop it in the comments if I end up taking either one of those. They're my 2 leans for the day, and I was looking at some NBA props too, so I might drop some of those. My final play of today, Atlantic 10, Fordham at Dayton. Both have identical records, 9-4, but Fordham has the 365th strength of schedule this year. That means it's the weakest. So, couple teams that have had good success this year, but one team, very weak schedule. Dayton is top 100. They're 84th in pace. So I say even if down the stretch it comes close, they get over 15 on foul shots. But let's hear from Milo real fast. Milo, what do you think today?
Happy New Year, everybody. everybody. They're like the St. Joseph Hawks.
St. Joe's Hawks. St. Joe's playing at St. Louis, getting a ton of points. Tough game for them. It might be a good spot to take points, though. St. Louis is tough.
Yeah.
But Milo said, Happy New Year, everybody. I hope we get all our wins today. Good luck today.